In this video, I will be demoing the AI Songwriter software L.E.O.N.A.R.D, the logical, efficient, orchestrated notes and audio rendering desktop. It's a system that has been programmed to write original popular music. Okay, so this is the interface of the system, and it can be used very quickly right out of the box by just pressing this button here. Pressing this button will tell L.E.O.N.A.R.D to write a full, brand new, unique song and to output the score down below. So I'll press the button, and in just a few seconds, the system will write a brand new song from scratch. And I want to emphasize that point, that it writes a song from scratch. So in other words, it doesn't just take existing melodies and existing harmonies and combine them together. It actually writes each note one by one and each chord one by one, making a genuinely unique piece of music that is free of existing copyrights. Okay, and now if I press this play button here, we can listen to a synthesized representation of what this song might sound like if it were to be played by real instruments. It does this using the MIDI format, which is the standard way of synthesizing musical instruments using a computer. For those that have never heard a song in MIDI format before, I'll play a few snippets of some popular songs in MIDI format just to give you an idea of how it sounds compared to the real thing. Alright, so now that you have an idea of what the MIDI format sounds like in general as compared to live instruments, let's go ahead and listen to the song that L.E.O.N.A.R.D wrote a few moments ago. Alright, so if you're eager to hear more songs that L.E.O.N.A.R.D has written, I've included a link in the description of this video to a playlist of several songs written by the system. So go ahead and pause the video now if you want to listen to that, and then I will continue on with the demo. Alright, so let's say L.E.O.N.A.R.D writes a song, and you really like most of it, but there are a few parts you don't like as much. Luckily, you have the ability to have the program rewrite specific sections of the song while keeping the sections you like. So let's say I like most of a song, but I don't like the chorus. I can just press this first button here after the chorus label, and the program will generate a brand new chorus, while keeping the rest of the song the same. So to demonstrate this, I'm going to generate a new song. Then I can click on the chorus label to take me straight to the chorus section in the score. And if I want to hear just the chorus played back and not the whole song, I can use the play button in that row. So this will play just the chorus by itself. Okay, so now if I press this button, it will generate a new chorus. Okay, so now let's say I like most of the chorus, but I don't like its vocal melody. I can press this button here, and it will generate a new vocal melody for the chorus, while leaving its chord progression and arrangement the same. Okay, and if I only want to change the arrangement, I can press this button here. So changing the arrangement will keep the chords the same, but will change how the instruments play those chords. Okay, and then if I want to change the chord progression for the chorus, I can press this button. Now, because the arrangement is based upon the chord progression, when you generate a new progression, it will wipe out the existing arrangement and render the chords using a default piano pattern. So when you find a progression you like, you can then press the arrangement button to generate an arrangement based on that progression. Okay, so that's how to regenerate parts of individual sections, but you can also regenerate parts of the entire song at once. So these buttons here will regenerate the chord progression, vocal melody, and arrangement respectively for all sections at once. Alright, so that's the top-down approach to using the Leonard system, where you generate an entire song first, then replace the parts you don't like, but you can also use a bottom-up approach to building songs. So the first thing you need to do in this case is to generate the song basics using this button here. The song basics are things like the tempo, the key, and the overall song structure, meaning like verse, chorus, etc. So I'm going to press this button, and it will clear out the existing song and generate a basic structure. So it generated a tempo of 85, a key of D sharp major, and this here is the song structure. So this is intro, verse, chorus, interlude, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus, outro. Okay, and now I can build the song up one section at a time, not moving on to the next section until I'm satisfied with the current one. And to build the individual sections, I can just use the same buttons I used before to regenerate the sections. Okay, and when building the song this way, one thing you need to be aware of is that some section types are dependent on other section types, and thus can't be generated unless those other sections have been generated first. For example, you can see here that the chorus buttons are all disabled. This is because the Leonard system will examine the verse to make some of the decisions it needs to make to write the chorus. So to be able to write the chorus, it needs to have written the verse already. So once I generate the verse, these chorus buttons will become enabled. And these sections are in order here, from the least dependent sections to the most dependent sections. Okay, so when you want to save a song, you can save it using this button here, and then open it using this button. And then this button here will export the current song as a MIDI file that can be opened in a variety of third-party applications. So if, for example, Leonard writes a great song, except for maybe one or two notes of a section, you can open the song in a music editing program, such as Finale, and make those final adjustments to make the song perfect. Alright, so this button here simply clears out the current song. And then over here, you can use this control to set the tempo of the song to make it faster or slower. And then here, you can set the specific instruments that are used to render each part. So as you've probably noticed by now, the system uses a piano by default to represent the vocal melody. But you can change that by selecting the vocal part, which is part 1, and changing its instrument. And you can actually do this for any of the instruments. But for now, I'm just going to change the vocal part, and I'm going to change it to a harmonica. And now, when I play this back, you can hear the difference. Alright, and now down here in the Settings tab, we can specify the values of some of the song's parameters or choose to leave them randomly generated. So, for example, by default, the program will randomly generate whether the song is in a major or minor key. But using this drop-down, you can tell the program to only generate songs in a major key or only generate songs in a minor key. And then here, you can choose if you want the tempo to be random or if it should just use whatever value is currently in the tempo control. Over here, you can specify the range of the vocal melody, setting it to one of the 6 standard voice types, or specifying a custom range. And then here, you can choose to basically turn arrangements on or off. So with this set to random, when I hit the song generation button, or one of the section generation buttons, it will generate an arrangement along with everything else. But some people might want to focus on just the core elements of a song first, the melody and harmony, and then add in the arrangement last, or leave the arrangement up to the producer or recording artist. So with this set to default piano, it will render the chords using a single piano track that uses the same default pattern each time, thus stripping away all the details of an arrangement. Okay, and now the final thing to demo is the Mass Export tab here. With this, you can generate and save several songs at once. So first, I enter the number of songs I want it to write, and then I just need to enter the output directory where I want the songs to be saved. And now, when I click this button, it will open a confirmation window that will let me review the settings before proceeding. And you'll notice that it includes the settings from the Settings tab that we just went over. So those settings are honored here in the Mass Export as well. And then, once I've confirmed that the settings are what I wanted, I just press this button here, and it will write the songs and export them as MIDI files to the location that I selected. And it takes roughly 3 to 4 seconds per song. Okay, so that's the end of the demo. If you haven't already done so, be sure to check out the link in the description to hear a list of songs that Leonard has written. And I hope you enjoyed the demo, and thanks for watching.